Hey everybody, I'm Daniel, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how different people use their grappling dummy and how I use it, which is a little bit different than a regular person. So, what most of us think about whenever we're thinking about, oh, well, I'm going to use my grappling dummy is I'm going to make a schedule, and from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. I'm going to smash through some drills and do this. And some people are very good at that. Like my gym nemesis, you'll see from the other videos, Brett Mossberger. That guy, he will make a schedule with his grappling dummy, pour some wine, turn the lights down, turn the black light on, and make magic happen for an hour. For me, that very rarely happens where I say, well, I'm going to be really intentional about this and sit down for an hour with my grappling dummy. So what my strategy is I'm always going to have my grappling dummy available. So every day I do have a schedule where I work out every single morning. So in the mornings, no matter what my workout is, we're here in my basement today, so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. But you can see I'll come downstairs, hit this up for however long. I can do treadmill work. I can do on the squat rack. One thing that I'm going to mention is once I'm hitting my treadmill like this, there is no reason to do treadmill work and not get in some jiu-jitsu at the same time. Okay, I have my TV here. I'll watch high-level jiu-jitsu matches or things like this. John Danaher, Gordon Ryan, the best guys. I'll just watch. And then this ties into what I do with the grappling dummy. So if I'm hitting up the treadmill for, 30 minutes, and then I've learned some stuff, obviously, from Gordon Ryan or John Danaher or whoever. And so I'll just come back here to the mat and I'll just start feeling things out. Now, I do go to the gym pretty much every day on my days off that I can. So I do have live training partners, but in order to get the memory and the muscle memory in my mind, a lot of times I'll try something on this that I've learned in the videos. And I'm going to do a review on some of the videos that I really like and some of the ones that I don't really like later on. But the videos, the matches, and stuff that I see, I'll practice here on the dummy just for a few minutes. It doesn't take a whole lot of reps to see, oh, well, I think this is kind of how he does it. I think this is kind of how he works. So like with the Gordon Ryan passing the guard thing. So I may just roll over here to the dummy, put him in half guard, come out here, come to a headquarters type position, gather my head and arm, put my butterfly hook in, do the Gordon Ryan stretch out, come forward, and come back together. I may just try that a few times and just try to get a little bit of muscle memory before I can hit it on a live opponent. It doesn't take but a couple of minutes, and it's usually I'm off the treadmill, I'm cooling down anyway. It's just a couple of minutes. The other way that I use it that is kind of conventional, not conventional, is I'll just have thoughts. So I'll be on the squat rack or whatever, and I'll think, man, I think an interesting way to attack the legs is something. And I'll come and I'll check it out on the dummy. And sometimes it works well on the dummy and doesn't work well in real life. And sometimes it doesn't work on the dummy at all. Sometimes it just depends. It depends on what my thoughts are. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So there's a lot of experimentation with the dummy as well. And that kind of brings me into the last thing. There's a lot of things that I suck at in jiu-jitsu, and those things are the things that I really need to build up some muscle memory and micro transitioning in the basement on. So I'll give you an example. So right now I'm kind of working on ways to go from my typical ashigarami situation to a guard pass situation, because the fact is not everybody taps to leg locks. You know what I'm talking about. Some guys just won't. I'm not going to break my training partner's legs or do anything else, but what I will do is I'll go from an ashigarami position to a guard pass position. So I'll experiment here and I'll think, well, you know, when I'm here in Ashigarami and say I post my head and I gather this leg and I'm going for this leg. A lot of times when I'm doing this type of motion to go into the honey hole, this works sometimes, but with the guys that I train with, they're so used to this that it doesn't. So, like, I'll work on stuff like, okay, well, I'm gonna go for this leg. They're never gonna let me have it, right? So I've gathered this, I post on my head, I'm trying to gather this leg. What do you think they're gonna do with this leg? You think they're just gonna let me have it? No, they're gonna put it out here so I can't get to it. But where this puts me is, I've already gathered this, so I'll just pummel my underhook and I'll go to a headquarters position, which is a common guard passing position. I can either slide through or go to this type of position or something like that. But the idea is I work on things that I suck at. I do experimentation on this. I do things that I learn in the videos that I don't normally do in live drilling just for a couple of minutes. The other thing that I do sometimes is I'll feel kind of rusty and I'll do some micro transition drills. So macro transitions would be like, oh, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna get headquarters. He's gonna come here. I'm gonna pass guard like this, work it, work over here, come through, clear my leg, come over here, step over, attack the arm, triangle the head, and come through. That would be like a macro transition drill. That's typically not what I do with the dummy. Most of the time, whenever I'm doing a drill, it'll be a micro transition drill. So I'm only drilling one tiny little portion of my game. So it will be something like this. I'm here and I'm inside control, and all I'm gonna do is practice collecting the head. He's pushing down here. I'm gonna practice clearing the arm, switching out, gather the head. Switch out, gather the head. Switch out, gather the head. The same thing with like just an Americana. You can just sit here and I'll come down, boom, boom, boom. And I can do this 10 times in 30 seconds. And sometimes this is in between sets where I'm resting from doing squats. This could be after I get off the treadmill. This could be after a bench press session, after push-ups, pull-ups, you name it. But it doesn't take very long. And like I said, it's a bit unconventional just because it's only a couple of minutes, but it's consistent every single day. And I will also do a video on consistency. And anyway, hopefully you guys will get something from that. Hope you guys got something today. Like I said, kind of a weird video today, but let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me how you use your grappling dummy. Are you conventional, unconventional, experimental, micro transitioner? Don't use the dummy at all. Hate the dummy, whatever. Just let me know, and I'll see you next time.
Move on down. Hard work to go, make the call. Hard work, bringing on the doors in the morning. Hard work.